What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, April 19th, 2023. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, fixed air moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Well, I truly appreciate you all. Welcome to the solar eclipse in Aries. Here we are, finally. I've been talking about this one for a long time. It's a big day. This is definitely kicking off a big eclipse cycle, a big 6-month chapter in our lives. It's refortifying that emperor energy within us. Aries is about the pioneer. It's about leading. It's about taking the initiative of self, defining of self. Very important. Jupiter's here. There's a lot that's getting kicked off here, and this is the real this can really feel like the new year's kicking off. This can really feel like things are starting to move forward. And yeah, there's going to be an intensity with Pluto here in square. It's a different world we live in now. It's always changing. So this gives us the power and the courage to charge forward, but also the ability to adapt. Let's look at the chart. 29 Aries. What a mature degree, the anaretic degree of Aries. 10 minutes away from Taurus. So we will kick off Taurus season just a couple hours later. And we have a North Node in Taurus. This is the kickoff. This is the beginning. We get another lunation in Aries. We got 2 of them this year. Really redefining and identifying the I am within us all. And this is where we have to take that authority. We have to take it from a very mature sense. Saturn's playing big roles in Pisces with trines to the South Node, sextile to the North Node. So much of this is taking the authority back for ourselves. And that South Node in Scorpio, it's opposite of this eclipse energy. We're going to get a lunar eclipse at 15 Scorpio. But even that's more of a release point. So this is more of a faded point of, we just, in Pluto here in Aquarius, square this energy, this eclipse. We can try all we want to control outcomes with other people or with society or where the collective is going. It's not going to get us very far. We can try and psychoanalyze and get so deep into all the intensities in this world, in this reality. But, it's pretty disconnected. It's pretty actually far away from who we are as individuals. This is taking your power back. This next 6 months is a test to take your power back and to identify with your uniqueness, your courage, your strength, your ability to connect. Your ability to be a part of this collective by being an individual in it. So anytime that we're able to remember to put ourselves first, not in a way that's controlling or overbearing, but to put ourselves first in our life, to do the things that we feel like are really leading the story that we want to see play out in our lives, that we're taking charge for the direction that we're going. That we're not just doing everything because of some system or some person or some place or something outside of ourselves that wants to say this is the way to go. This is a great time to say no. Literally, to say no, because you don't identify with it and it's not who you are. This is a take your power back eclipse. And it could show up in so many different ways that try to say good luck with that. Pluto's in square. Pluto's trying to control the situation in Aquarius. Trying to manipulate the situation. People can try to sway us one way or another. Get into our psyches. Have us, try and get into theirs. Anytime you can worry about what you're building, what you're nurturing in life is, what feels great, what is part of your value system, and what you identify with 100%, it's going to make the best transformations to the most connected reality of what your value is, maybe ever. This is a game changer. And it's meant to be a game changer. Mars is at 13 degrees of Cancer. It disposits this eclipse in Aries. And yeah, it's in fall position in Cancer, but it's on Sirius. 13 degrees. So we're all trying to find our guiding light here. Our inner authority that's here to guide us, that's here to, show us the way, kind of light it up. And it is the dog star Sirius, so it's almost like we're having to remember that our companion in life is within us. But we have to identify and take authority for the feelings that that inner guidance, that inner companion is trying to give us. So the only way to do that is to feel it and to act on it and to initiate. The scores for this eclipse are popping. 5 for the moon, 4 for the sun, 5 for Mercury, 5 for Venus. Even Mars has a +1. Jupiter's at +3. Saturn's at +1. Look at all the mutual receptions. This is like the most receptive I've ever seen. Of course, Venus is in Gemini, Mercury's home sign. Venus rules Taurus, disposits the North Node, disposits this Mercury. So they're sharing that reception, and the moon is in Aries, and Mars is in Cancer. There's a lot of energy trying to work together in ways that is a little different, a little unique, and that's Pluto in square to this. There's just some other power that's working not only for us to bring an objective look at how to make defining decisions in our life, and Saturn's making great aspects to the nodes, bringing up decisions, but it's also that inner authority. It's also Pisces. It's like God's coming through us to help us act, to help us initiate life right now. So it is just very, very interesting times. Venus is here on Aldebaran. Mars is on Sirius. I feel like there is like major sort of, if you call it alien, even Pluto and Aquarius, call it like alien energy trying to come through and help us channel our truth and be adaptable, but be adaptable for better, for what aligns with our uniqueness, our individuality, what we want as individuals. It's very crucial that we know who we are and what we want right now. And to not give that power away, to not give it to someone else or think that it's something else that's going to save us, even if I brought up aliens. Like, don't think that an alien's going to come down here and save you. They're already channeling through you if they are. But this is where it takes courage, and it takes being able to step up over these next 6 months and define a path. We're all getting met with a great choice in life to define our own path. How is that path going to look? Is it the yellow brick road? Or is it, the Devil's Turnpike? We all get to make these decisions for ourselves. And I think that's part of the beauty of it, is that every individual gets to choose. And it's not about the controlling nature. Anything that tries to control you right now and your I am presence within you, you will see it so clearly. It'll be so intensified. But you have the choice to identify and go along with that path or not. And that can be sensitive with Mars in Cancer, dispositing this eclipse, because these are things that can deal with people. Aquarius, family, relationships, lovers. They want to go a different direction. They want to pull you in their direction. They want to, say that your direction isn't equitable enough. And you know what? It's not even about right or wrong. It's just about choosing your path. And you will learn through this experience if your path was the right one for you or not. But again, you have to choose what that is and stay on it and be a trailblazer. This is a solar eclipse that favors the bold. But not in like an over-intensified, like you got to go, shove people around boldness. It's showing the universe that you're ready to identify with your destiny by making choices, regardless of the outcome, but by having faith and dedicating to the faith. But because you know your value and your worth, it's worth a shot, and it's worth the risk, and it's worth the boldness, and it's worth maybe the feeling of insecurity that can come with it, because that always happens when we don't know what we're doing. Or if we don't know the outcome, there's an insecurity to it, because security comes through the known. And part of this is being able to identify with, I don't know, but I feel. And I have to at least go through this experiment for myself. So for the ones that want to take a chance and be adaptable for what they feel within them is their path, I think that you're going to see things work out in ways that you couldn't predict or you couldn't believe would happen. But it could also work out in ways that shock you and don't work out. Nothing's a given, nothing's certain. So I don't want to sit here and say you do one thing, you're going to come out the best way. But at least you took authority and defined your path. And by doing that, you opened yourself up to multiple truths, which helped you define what yours is. And that's even Venus being the disposer of the North Node in Gemini with Aldebaran. There's like Archangel Michael energy here that again is trying to come through and help you take the path of integrity for your soul that could feel like a new truth or new information has been brought to you, but did you act on it? Or did we just weigh things out? Because this isn't in Libra. It's opposite Libra. There's not a lot of weighing out that goes into Aries. It's impulsive. Your gut feeling and the impulse and the action taken to try and experiment, to try to define your way. I mean, there's a lot of abundance that can come through this. Jupiter is still in Aries. And it's off Chiron. And it's not really square Pluto yet. It's getting there. It's getting ready to come into Taurus. Where, gosh, it's great for trying to accumulate more value in life. So when you decide what is your unique value system and your unique truth, and you put good value into that, and you believe in it, you will start to manifest more and more and more. And Mars and Mercury are in their sextile. Mercury's day and a couple hours away from going retrograde in Taurus, helping us, use this first part of this eclipse energy to keep going inward, to re-understand our values so that we can act, so that we can make the intellectual decision based off the emotion and bring words to it. And Venus is helping with that too, how to express ourselves. Mars is going to start sextiling over to Uranus. Fortune favors the bold right now. These next 6 months are going to be for the bold and the empowered souls that realize who they are and that do not conform to what everybody else does, to what other people do, to what a relationship, a family member. And I think, of course, we've all been tested with those type of scenarios over the last 3 years in our own ways. But are you really going to blaze that trail now? Because there's rocket fuel in the most intense form if you are. And it could be little things, but those little things add up. And it's going to be by doing things different. It's just not the way we've been doing them over and over again. And Saturn's trying to teach us that here in Pisces too. It's trying to show us that we've all built up some really toxic habits and traits. And now we're getting the ID card of what those are. So do we choose the route of integrity where we understand what these patterns are in our life and change them? And that's part of the adaptability, being adaptable to the new and IDing it and initiating. And look, Pluto in square could be a little scary because it can always feel like something's going to go wrong, or someone else isn't going to approve, or society won't. But this is a collective rebirth to get us where we're all meant to go individually, which links us to where we're all meant to go as a collective. So I believe this is a great time to focus on yourself, your personal life, your home life, your community, the things that really matter in life, and to make sure that everything fits a value in your life. And if it doesn't, and you feel that, or you intellectually know that, this is where changes are going to be, taking place. Because nothing doesn't have an ID card any longer. Everything has been identified. Now, what you do with what you ID'd in life is everything, but you have to take the authority to define the choices that we make and to not put so much on others for our choices or anything outside of ourselves, but to get really back to honing in on what we create day in, day out in our lives. And I hope you guys have a great eclipse. And I'm going to do sun sign horoscopes later today for all 12 signs. So looking forward to doing that with you all. Congratulations for making it here, and let's all go. It's a big start. This is a big, intense start. But we're ready. We're ready to start our lives. Our lives. Lord knows we all had to break out of enough indoctrination to get even to this point. Now, are we going to start defining what life looks like with what we've learned? Well, that's where I think fortune favors the bold. Justice reversed. Don't worry about what other people think is just and fair. This isn't about other people. This is about going inward and realizing what's just and fair in your life. That's the only way you'll find equality and balance or any kind of, harmony, is to create it for yourself. King of Cups in reverse. Oh yeah, emotions will be tested. They'll, make us feel, they're going to try and make us feel like, how could I possibly act on this? There's all these feelings involved. And Pluto's going to amplify the intensity of those feelings. But when we can break away and not be so attached, but remember that we have to make deciding factors in our lives. And if we can find the inner emotional will to act on these things that we have come to conclusions for, we'll take the authority back. But it can definitely feel like reality's trying to take our inner authority away. It's not. It's just trying to have you go in and realize that it's there and you have to act on it. And the Four of Cups in reverse. I don't want a new beginning. I know I have choices, but I'm taking the choice here to say no. I don't want it. Just want to sit here with what I don't like. Why don't we take that cup? I do think that God and the universe is going to give us plenty of opportunities to take the most full, overflowing cup of life that we could possibly want or desire, but it's going to take a risk, and it's going to take, getting up and doing something with it. This is instinctual action, power for ourselves. But it'll give us everything we want, and it'll completely change the way we relate to ourselves and to others. And I'm excited for the transformation that the collective gets to go through here, because I think we're all ready for it. And we'll all be just fine. But it might be a little bit more fun or exciting if you just act on what you feel instead of turning away and saying, no. I feel like we want to be stubborn here a little bit for our value, not stubborn in things that are not valuable to our lives, or bring some kind of justice and equality, or, taking us from the emotional authority within us. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Wednesday. I hope you have a great eclipse. I'll see you all later today. Much love. Peace.